Cue the music, let's go. I'm your boy Ro, managing editor for the new OBB legend and OG member of the Orange Bowl Boys, and welcome to another edition of Student of the Game. Well, you scored 14 points and it took 4 overtime periods to do it. I don't really know how many offensive highlights we're going to use, but hey, you won 14-12, so that means your defense did damn good, so why not focus there first? University of Miami coming out in an even man look. Now, they run multiple fronts, but this is their even look. Virginia coming out UVA ace gun 2x2 look. One wide receiver is not pictured. Now, when you want to know its scheme versus the players, this is when just a player wins. Leonard Taylor, 56 nightmares. Nothing overly complicated or fancy in terms of a scheme breakdown in this clip. But watch how skinny he gets. Watch how quick he is. And there's no chance. Again, one of the highest rated PFF graded players on the team. He is a complete difference maker. Now you can see why he was a #1 defensive tackle in the country coming out of high school. RPO, yeah, could have had the opportunity to go ahead and throw this ball. Wide receivers are looking for routes. Yeah. No chance, Mr. Armstrong. Now, one thing the University of Miami Hurricane defense can improve upon is its third down defense, especially here, 3rd and 13. You're 47th in the country in terms of opponent's third down conversion. That's respectable, if you want to call it that. But when the quarterbacks have repeatedly picked it up via their feet, let's try to find out why. University of Virginia comes out heavy pass strength set here to the boundary or short side of the field. 1, 2, 3, and you have the running back right of the quarterback. So, University of Miami combating this. A little bit of a simulated pressure front. They walk down a safety into the box. That's Avonte Williams. Odd man look, trying to get University of Virginia to make a call. A lot of that's a bluff. But here you go. Just watch the rush ends. They're obviously trying to go ahead and get upfield. Now, once they get to this, past the quarterback, nothing really good happens when you're past the quarterback. So now you're out of the play. Everything's blocked. We're going to go ahead and rewind this later, and then all of a sudden, Brennan Armstrong, very talented and capable runner, gets the first. I want to back this up just a little bit again because I want to watch. The defense call was solid because you have Corey Flagg walking up into a box. He's in a spiral, but he's also looks like he's a mugger. And what do I mean by a mugger? He's going to hold on the line of scrimmage. If he sees that the quarterback is passing, he's going to come in on a delayed blitz. If he sees that the quarterback is on a run, he's essentially going to go ahead and play the run aggressively. So he's going to delay, and here's the delay. But I feel there's like a little bit of a breakdown here. You're watching him. Your boundaries to your left. This is where the escape lane is going to be. So you kind of walk up into the offensive lineman. You have a lot of help in the boundary, but then when you swing back over, that gives Brennan Armstrong the lane, which you had a lot of defenders there if you needed it. So making sure that you take that direct access up the field away. Now, in the confines of that, he's engaged with somebody. He's just trying to shed a block, right? He's just trying to get off me. I just think when you shook back into the boundary side, especially when you had help there, then there was no help in the remaining of the field. I think the mug look got you, and the fact your defensive ends penetrated upfield past the quarterback, that's what led to the breakdown. So you need the context. It is 3rd and 11, so obviously you're playing into the defense's hands. Pre-snap, here's what University of Virginia is going to walk into. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Heavy A-gap pressure look. Pre-snap, obviously they're going to go ahead and bail off this. A lot of post-snap window change here as well. You're going to see this linebacker. He's going to essentially run some trap coverage, buzz out of here into the flat. He's trying to go ahead and undercut a route, especially if you're trying to run a hunt now with the X receiver. That was going to be the bait because they were going to go ahead and try to trap you. Now we're going to watch exactly how the sack happens. Obviously, and this is the benefit of when you go ahead and bluff pressure, have simulated pressure, because you want to win with 4. When you can win with 4 versus their 5, you kept a lot on the back end to be exotic. So That's exactly what they employed here. And here's where the breakdown happens over here. Initially, they have it in, but it's just going to be a simple stunt on the inside. Defensive end's going to slant in. Now, typically, you've seen this earlier in the year. Well, they'll go ahead and pass this off, but it's just too late. He's just coming in like a bull in a china shop. No way there for that to happen. And they're not going to call this as well, but I want you to focus on something else too. Defensive tackle, and this happens sometimes, he's going to go ahead and grab the shoulder of the right guard, and he's going to yank it. That could be a defensive holding. Very, very rarely is that called. So it's a culmination of effort there to go ahead and get that sack. Now, what could you do in the future? Because I'm a type of guy like, how do we beat this? What are we going to do? Obviously, you can shore that up on this side too. But, again, you run this concept a lot, and that's just these drags, a loose mesh if you want to consider it, because typically a mesh route, you're going to have wide receivers who are going to kind of like rubbing is racing and touch in the middle of the field. That's not what happens here. But right here, just understanding that there's a blitz coming, maybe sit down, have somebody who can sit in soft spots of the zone. You're having this carry out. No chance. No chance. There's a sack. Now, Miami gave up half the amount of sacks that it did the week before, but on this one, still not enough. Now, there was this debate online between Jake Garcia and Tyler Van Dyke who was the more mobile option. Where I feel those two are closer together, Ja'Cory Brown and his athleticism, well, I feel that raises the bar. And on this 3rd and 1, I'm glad his athleticism was here on this play and the decision to go ahead and pull the ball. Now, I felt, and as I watched this film further, every time the University of Miami came in this pistol variety, the run action, Virginia was going to play this downhill. So as Colby Young is motioning across the formation to get a numbers advantage back here to the field side, University of Virginia, cornerback, sees the run action. He's going to play it aggressively. He's going to go back upfield. Now I want to stop the film because I want to tell you this was a smart pull by Ja'Cory Brown because 1, 2, 3 Virginia defenders, well, they're going to go ahead and take the running back, Henry Parrish. There they go. Good pull. Some moves. About 11, 12-yard gain. Now, in the future, I don't think you're going to have 3 defenders all going after the running back. That's something you want to go ahead and consider. But again, in terms of quarterback athleticism, more Ja'Cory Cat package, please. This is nothing more than just, I think, watching a case of abuse. Ooh. Some whiplash there. So the running game picked up this week. Henry Parrish actually went over 100 yards, and I really do like this play. 11 set personnel. Here's your 1 running back, 1 tight end listed here. It's going to be an IZ inside zone. Offensive line's going to shoot out in tandem. Tight end's going to be motioning across the formation. He's responsible for the defensive end on a kick-out block. Now watch it happen. I'm going to pause it right here. Running back needs to read this, sees that the Mike linebacker is filling and scraping in tight, so he's going to go ahead and take this and redirect it out. Great read there by the running back, Henry Parrish. That's why he goes over 100 yards. Great natural feel on that inside zone run play. Some other things to kind of pay attention to on this play. Again, a lot of teams been doing this all year, your run action. Once a quarterback for the University of Miami, you're going to see this a lot, and it's on the back end. Pay attention. Once the ball goes into the belly of the beast, right there, here, you got a safety crashing downhill hard. I think if you see this is just me playing hypothetical offensive coordinator because I guess I could do that, right? Student of the game, but it's good to have fun. Real easy to get to your max protect look and then go ahead and take a shot play, right? Just fake that out. Keep your running back into block. Keep your tight end to block. If you're going to get somebody crashing, you don't necessarily have to RPO that. Just send that. Just send that. Get a little bit more vertical. Take some shots against FSU. Aggressively been playing your run actions a lot on film. But, again, I can admire the nice run here. Nice play, nice concept, nice design. First down. University of Miami is running their all-vertical choice concept again. And good job by Jake Garcia here. Listen, as a quarterback looking at real quick, is this man, are they going to run zone over the top? Obviously, right now I have some eyes looking at me. That could technically be zone, but he can go ahead and redirect and get this in a man concept. So, but great job by Jake Garcia right here to realize this is zone. He's squatting right in here into the flats. So now there's a tight window. So he's reading this, and this is where the ball needed to be. Great contested catch by Colby Young. So when you're running that kind of choice pattern up there, is Colby going to sit? Is Colby going to go? Colby did the right thing. Obviously, you had a cornerback that just sat in the flat, so he took that vertical. But then the quarterback's got to take care of the rest, and he's got to go ahead and put that in that window. Tight window, especially into the boundary. Good throw. I actually had somebody reach out to me to break down this play. It's late in the first half, second quarter, 29 seconds, 3rd and 3. It was just a miscommunication, somebody not really carrying out their assignment properly along the offensive line, and we're going to watch it all the way through, and you'll come to the same understanding that I did. But here you go. University of Miami is trying to do a play-action concept. Now, even though you have the left guard pulling, that's fine. He's not going to go ahead and break the glass. He's not getting downfield. However, your right guard, well, he's actively run blocking. Play-action concept, it kind of gets, the timing, the continuity is thrown off. I don't think Xavier Restrepo is expecting an offensive lineman to be that far downfield. Jake's got to tuck it and run. We're going to be a little short here. It's going to lead to the first Andy Borregales field goal. But this is when the picture becomes clear on what happened. Yeah, you saw that? Yeah, he's trying to tell him, here, we'll watch this again. Like, hey, young buck, I don't think you're supposed to get that far upfield. University of Miami, 3rd and 1. I really love the elements that Jakari Brown is bringing you this week. You have a little bit of an option here at the top of the screen. This can be an RPO, 2-for-1. Will Mallory's out as a tight end. Look at how easy you could have got this 2-for-1 too. So that RPO is there if you want it, especially with the safety and the boundary a little bit further off. But then there's something else that makes this play work. A couple different things, actually. When you have the spacing, look, now you have ace gun, 2x2 look. But when you have a willing running back, now this is Lucius Stanley. He's your running back, not necessarily a fullback, but he's going to lead the way like he is a fullback. So you get the box numbers you want. You have 6, but you have a 7-on-6 advantage, and a lot of times you're going to win that. So there it is. There's Lucius with the good block, and then you just have the athleticism of Jakari Brown. So really love that package for him. I'd like to see a little bit more of that, especially in 3rd and short situations when you're contemplating running, because boy's good. Man, Josh Gaddis really loves his mesh concepts. He runs them a ton. In 3rd and 5, doing it again, 11 set personnel. Henry Parrish is here. Will Mallory is here. Now, Jake Garcia, I got to give him a pass because you got to understand the quarterback's read. He's trying to read the middle of the field because they do have an option to sit right here with Xavier Restrepo, and I've seen them hit this concept in previous weeks. But you got to pay attention anytime it looks like it's perfectly covered, right? Because here's his reads. And they're just sitting it. They're playing in zone. This mesh is kind of playing right into their hands. So everything right here is covered. Jake's flushed from the pocket. Then he's got to go ahead and try to make something work. Obviously missed a couple wide receivers open earlier. But again, like I said, as a quarterback, you got to know where your primary read is. But watch the top of the screen. Cornerback's just going to kind of sit, then pass them off, and we have a wide-open wide receiver streaking down the sideline. And again, on the rollout, here comes the pass. Incomplete. Again, Josh Gaddis loves running mesh concepts. I think University of Virginia was prepared for it, and maybe we missed an open read. Who knows? So this was the biggest play of the game for either team. Yards and points were at a premium this week. And you have to understand the receiving responsibility of the defender. Right here, Cam Kinchin's responsible for the tight end. We're going to slide in one. You're responsible for the running back. But there's a rule of an engagement for this player right here. And that is, if my running back stays in to block, which he looks that he is, he's got eyes on him, then I can go ahead and rush the quarterback. Once he sees his running back staying in, now he's aggressively going ahead and trying to pressure the quarterback. Now, that was his pass-catching responsibility. He initially didn't see him go out as one. So now this is what gets this open here, and this is what sets up the play. Missed an open field tackle there, couple downfield blocks, 1-2. But I got to give credit right here to DJ Ivey and Tyreek Stevenson because you're still hustling, right? Good job. He's going to be marked short of the touchdown in a field goal fest. To be able to hustle at the end of the play, you got to applaud those young men. That kept points off the board. And this is going to be the last clip of the evening. As always, thank you so much for supporting this channel. If this is your first time, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Come follow us at the OBB Legend. Yes, that is our interactive website, home of Discord U, and part of Discord U when you sign up. There's an X's and Pro channel. Let's continue the discussion. Let's share plays. If you got questions, we've got answers, sometimes good ones. But University of Miami finally put a nail in this one. Jake Garcia is going to go ahead, put the ball in the belly of the beast. Smart decision to keep. There it is. It's wide open if he wants, but he's like, you know what, Holmes? I'm running this one in. I'm going to dive. You know, Mr. Referee, lift up the hands. Bang.